Hey, hey, good day.
Hi there. This is Bala here. Who's joined?
Yes, ready from my end.
Great. Sorry, who's this, by the way? Who's joined from Sekuya? I can only see your official ID.
Oh, yeah, this is Josh from Sekuya.
Oh, hello, Josh. My name is Bala. I head technology for Tricone.
Oh, hey, brother.
Hi. So, Josh, let's give everyone maybe about another couple minutes, and
Sure,
then we can get started, perhaps.
sure thing, sure thing.
All right, Josh. I guess we should get started. And for those who come in, we can help them with a quick roundup if need be.
Okay, brother.
And Josh, I think someone else has joined in from Secure. Do you think they need to be enabled as speaker as well?
I think since the time is like around 2 p.m. right now, so
Hmm.
most of them are whether in college or they are working. So yeah, probably later from Sekuya they can also listen, to the recording.
No, absolutely. All right, then let's get started. So yeah, firstly, welcome to the AMA, Josh, and thanks uh, for joining us. This would be a very interesting conversation. Um, I expect, given the overlaps that you and I have in terms of we're building, a gaming ecosystem. You're building a game. I'm sure there'll be very many overlaps that we could talk about and how this could potentially revolutionize Web3 gaming, both of us together. So, by way of quick introductions, my name is Bala. I'm the CTO for Tricone ecosystem. So, the idea of Tricone is to build a gaming platform to enable a lot of games to get onboarded onto Web3. The way we like to kind of present ourselves is we are the Steam of Web3. So, obviously people who are in the gaming field would know about Steam today and Valorant and everything that goes on with Steam. It is a great platform. Nonetheless, it is highly centralized. What we are building is, let's say, Steam on steroids, right? So we're decentralizing the entire concept. We're building account abstraction layer so people can, get abstracted from all of this mess of Web3 and be able to play games without having to worry about things like wallet signups, seed phrases, private keys, um, crypto exchanges, and all of these things, which are all, extraneous to the whole idea of gaming. So that's what we're building. We're building Steam on steroids. That's a quick introduction from us. I hand it over to you, Josh. So you could tell us a little bit about yourself as well as Sekuya as a gaming platform, and then we can take it from there.
Sure, sure, Bala. Thank you for the time and inviting us. I'm glad to be here. So I'm Josh, the founder and CEO of Secure Multiverse. So basically, we're building a secure generation, we can say, which is we are a game company. We're also doing in the racing, and we're also building a community kingdom. So as we know that actually in this space, like IP growth is really great. Gaming itself is like having like not just Web3, but in total around $200 billion. So it's like bigger than movies or like music industry. So we are happy that we are able to being part of the movement of the gaming since I was also a gamer since like 3 years old, right? So really happy to be a part of the game. We started like with the anime style, going to release the MOBA together with the co-founder of the Vainglory also to help us to bringing a new experience in the MOBA. Yes, and yeah,
Fabulous.
for the race we just did like the racing past 2 days, which is we our racer got into the number one winner of the time attack also. So yep, happy to keep growing further.
Excellent, excellent, and we wish you all the best. We need a lot of success stories in Web3 gaming for it to take off. Um, some very interesting points that you made there. Um, so let's maybe try and break this up a little bit. So first of all, if you take Web3 gaming as a concept, um, how do how do you see Web3 gaming as Sekuya, right? And how do you see multiplayer games, role play games, racing games as you are now? How do you see all that fitting into the overall Web3 infrastructure?
Yeah, I think regarding with the Web3 itself, like I believe many of the Web3 gaming having like more power, advantage of sharing about the beauty of the Web3 in terms of like the blockchain, NFT, and things. But from our end, we want to try to take a different aspect, which is like basically we have like one single ID where people can connect everything from the gaming into the other games, right? Let's say to also the marketplace of Sekuya, and everything connect into one secure labs. They can log in into Gmail and also socials and able to create their wallet there. Um, they have all of the items all get guestless, so it's like a very friendly platform for the Web2 users in a way because we see that many of the gamers don't really take a look about like what's NFT, what's blockchain and metaverse, for example. Since we start
Absolutely,
from
we're very much
sorry,
in. Sorry, yeah. So we're very much in agreement with the way you think. So, yeah, I mean, gamers don't need to know about Web3. They don't need to know about blockchains. They don't really need to know about different networks, network IDs, and the different native currencies. I mean, all of this is very extraneous to gaming. It's a bit like saying in today's gaming, gamers don't need to know about TCP/IP or IPv6 and IPv4 and how that affects gaming. I mean, or RPC protocols. I mean, nobody cares about all this today. Gaming is about enjoying gaming, right? It's not about all these extraneous technical aspects of how multiplayer games work. Um, and Web3 shouldn't be any different because the gamer really doesn't care whether it's Web3, Web5, Web8, Web20. It's like, what difference does it make to me? So glad to see some of those thoughts. Um, However, if I was to go to one of the points you made about NFTs and so on and so forth, one of the things that we find very interesting is the much needed shift from current type of Web3 games to the future type of Web3 games. Let me explain that a little bit and then I'll leave it to you to see how y'all are implementing it. So the current type of Web3 games have mostly been, Ponzi schemes, and I don't mean that in any kind of derogatory manner. When I say it's a Ponzi scheme, what I really mean is that you take from Peter to pay Paul, and then you take from Paul to pay the next guy, and then you take from the next guy to pay the fourth guy. But then that chain breaks eventually, and then some of the older players win, some of the newer players lose. It's just the nature of that structure. That structure um, has certain built-in points of failure, and they will always hit that point of failure. And this is what happened with practically every Web3 game. So it was more a scheme that actually didn't have sustainability in it. We believe that, at the end of the day, there's something called gaming world assets, just like there are real world assets. And gaming world assets need to be owned. And when you own assets, you kickstart the economy. So, how does Sekuya see the idea of owning assets, of gamers owning assets and therefore participating in a gaming economy?
That's very interesting. I mean, like if we see like back into 2014, I think we know that many people already played like Dota 2 during that time, and
Hmm.
they love it, right? And
Correct.
say that, for example, my friend, he finished college, but after college, what happened is that he didn't go to work, like professional work. He become like a full time game traders.
Right.
So during like in the 2014, he did something like that. So he get like special item of the Dota and also Counter Strike CS:GO, right? And then able to sell it in the higher place, higher price. So I think in that sense we can already see that the future of the game asset is there, but people like to collect like important items, just like the collectors of the what we have in the physical world.
Right. Absolutely. And I love this term that you use, game trader, because 80% of the guys in Web3 gaming today are actually game traders. They're there for the tokens and not for the gameplay or the game mechanics or the fun in the game, right? They're there so they can make some tokens and therefore somehow make some crypto assets. Um, what we are looking to help Web3 games of the future do is own these assets, whether it is skins or tokens that you earn within a game, and then be able to use it in marketplaces and be able to therefore not be part of some kind of a scheme, rather be part of a gaming economy. Um, Going to some of the things that you've been talking about. So you referred to the racing game. You all are obviously into role playing games. It is amazing that you all have been inspired by anime. So do you want to give us some quick, view of some of the games that people can expect to see in the Secure multiverse, and if there are any backstories to them that would help them get engaged with these games?
Yes, yes, sure. So definitely for the game, we already have like the pre-alpha last March, and by this Christmas, we are going
Hmm.
to release also for the game itself in the alpha version. So people can already do like the battle by this December,
Hmm.
and also we parallelly also going like into the racing competition, right? So this is like something that I shared also on the space.
Hmm.
The racing is like the real racing, right? So we go into like the sport of the racing to create the racing team, because like this
Right.
is like actually the untouchable market. So as you know that we all want to have like the market that actually uh, not only want to play to earn, but they want to spend into the game. That's how the
Right.
game can sustain also, right? So surprisingly, in the racing communities, many of them actually gamers also, or at least they spend big. So whether they can join as brand, they can invest, or they can play the game and spend. So this kind of
Right.
market is something that we try to look into. And in gaming itself, we don't want to battle like Mobile Legends or like PUBG, because those kind of um, game have like about 50x the funding that we have, you can say. And then they already have the king in the 15 minutes gameplay and also 30 minutes. So
Mhm.
looking at that, I think we want to take like into the 3 minutes gameplay in the
Right.
anime style, like Genshin Impact, Zenless Zero, something like that.
Mhm.
To bring like the new excitement, which is very quick for the new generation, as we know that the Gen Z and Gen Alpha is more like to the generation that have quicker attention span.
Right. Or
So
shorter
we hope,
attention span.
yeah, definitely. Then we hope that the game can, bring them new experience also, since we have the lobby experience, which the lobby is not like the static where they can tap tap. It's more like the lobby is like the MMORPG style. So it's more like a metaverse
Mhm.
where they can
Mhm.
move around, see the brands, right? Something like that.
Got it. Excellent. Excellent. So, in that context, one of the questions I had was uh, so the way I see it is, having very extensive games is like a long YouTube video, while clearly shorts and reels are a lot more popular among people because it just makes it easier to consume content. Likewise, if you're in small sessions of games, your attention span is retained, and you can continue to engage better with the game. So, a question to you in terms of onboarding strategies and growth strategies. So, with that being the unique aspect of Sekuya, right? How do you bring about millions of Web 2 gamers and the thousands of Web 3 gamers onto the platform? And what do you create in terms of engagement solutions?
So as we actually looking at the bigger picture of the gaming, we grow into like
Mhm.
the community kingdom and so also IPs, right? So in terms
Mhm.
of the community kingdom, we connect with many communities to have the network, so we can
Mhm.
create something together definitely. Right now we
Mhm.
got around almost 200 community partners. We total like
Okay.
2 million members in 12 countries. So we don't bring all of them into like the Kuya platform, because
Right.
I believe they have like, let's say, their own village, right? They are like the head of the village that we connect to. So, but
Right.
since we connected with like 200 villages, 200 head of villages, imagine if we can later bring like a big campaign that benefit them, and they can also bring the users from their villages to do something together. That's the first one. And the second one is like we also connected with the esport team. One of the
Mhm.
biggest one in Indonesia is the EVOS. They have like about 7 million followers. Organic, they're like the super big, right? So we are going to create IPs together with them,
Right.
possibly really soon. So this is like one of the alpha that we can share here, which is the earlier news here. Um, so hopefully, like when they buy the merchandise that we have, also people they can get like special features inside of the game, like the outfit, up to the characters also.
Excellent. Excellent. And makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. All right. So let's move on to some thoughts around incentives and how you manage incentives in gaming. So of course, while play to earn has had its share of problems, and like I mentioned earlier, clearly it was built on a scheme that was bound to fail. It had its failure points, which would invariably always get hit. So, what are the kinds of incentive mechanisms that Sekuya is planning for the future of their gaming and all of the different types of gaming that you plan to take to market?
Um, yeah, since that's a very good question, since like maybe from the answer we can see that from our point of view, we don't really focus like into the play to earn, right? So what
Right.
we're going to do is like more into the community economy and also streamers economy. So in terms
Hmm.
of like the community economy in Secure Labs, they're able to, if let's say I am a community member of Village A,
Hmm.
so if I want to give something to the village, so it can keep growing, I can give some kind of gift in the Secure Labs, to make give like a thank you for, let's say, $5 to $100. it will be possible. So the
Hmm.
currency they can use like into the giving it through the sky. They can also top up using like credit card. And for the second thing, what they can do is like for the streamers, let's say. So everyone, if they wanna get more from Sekuya, they can get more if they stream more. So instead of like they play more, we push them into stream more, right? So they can also build their own personal branding, their own platform, showing that they are gamers, something like that. And by then they can get more rewards of incentive from the Sekuya itself.
Perfect. So, did I hear you correctly? As in stream more. So they do some streaming. Is that what you were saying?
Yes, that's right, Bala.
Okay, got it. Excellent. Because you were breaking up a little bit there. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. In fact, this is something that we've been working on as well as part of some of the solutions that we are taking to market. We're also looking to build a universal gamer ID, and the idea of a universal gamer ID is to allow a gamer to build his gamer resume, right? Which doesn't exist today. I may play 10 different games, but there is no way for me to show everyone, hey, this is my gaming profile. This is how good I am at various games, whether it is MOBA type games or multiplayer role playing games or racing games. So if I could have a universal ID which connects all of my various achievements in a way that it allows me to project my gamer resume, that will really prompt more gamers to do more in the gaming world. And clearly, activities like streaming and so on and so forth will add to, brownie points in your resume, right? Um, uh, it's a bit like, for example, in a professional resume, having speaker sessions or having done, lectures or having visited colleges and so on and so forth. It adds to your resume other than just the work that you've been doing. So yeah, I can absolutely see how it could have a positive influence on the gaming community. Um, Having said that, what are the various innovations that you're looking at in the gaming world? Obviously, in the realm, in the space of the areas that Secure is working on, and how are you preparing yourself for it?
So outside of the Web3, I think what we are focusing is like, let's say the MOBA that we are going to do, it'd be like
Hmm.
3 versus 3 in the fast pace. So that's like innovating like in the new gameplay. So we call it like the experimental MOBA because
Hmm.
that's something that's not exists a lot right now. And the
Hmm.
second thing, our second title would be in the ARPG on PC. So that one we
Hmm.
are experimenting with the Unreal 5 to make like a combination of realistic environment with anime real lifestyle. Yeah, something like
Right.
that.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Um, this is some really interesting stuff. And, I must say, the kind of innovations that are happening in this space, that is why, when it comes to digital assets, we've coined this term gaming world assets. So everyone seems to be creating RWA solutions, which is real world asset solutions. Um, I think GWAs are equally important because if real world assets become digital, then the difference between virtual assets and real world assets just becomes more and more thinner. The line just becomes thinner, right? It then gives you the opportunity to create, amazing DeFi type solutions around whether it is gaming world assets or real world assets. So this is fantastic stuff. Um, so I'm kind of running towards the end of some of my questions. So I think um, the of the last couple of questions that I have, I think the first would be, what are some of the challenges you faced and how did you overcome them as you built Sekuya over the last several years? That would be the very first. And then two, which is a corollary of that, if you like, is what are Sekuya's plans for the next few years?
Thank you, Bala. I mean, like a lot of the question is very deep, and I think it's very targeted. it gives me also a way to find the other angle, because like mostly in the Web3 we can say like we're all trying to build something in a way that somehow different in the gameplay but similar in innovation, right? So
Mhm.
it tickles me a lot to able to explore more, and yeah, I think that's great for the question. As for the innovation that we're going to take, and for the next steps, what to expect. As for the tokens, since we are already listed right in the game, Gate.io, Maxi, Coinex, Indodex, you can get it if you see the future in Sekuya.
Mhm.
And but the interesting part is that we really try to make like fully working business that actually works and sustain. So because of that, we believe by the end of the day, the token that become the main currency of all of the ecosystem can also grow. So yeah, and that's something that we are looking forward to, and definitely um, 2.5 million users that actually play. That's our goal, because if they all being divided into having the token, they will only able to get like about 400 Sky, the currency of Sekuya. So yeah, 2.5 million active users will be our first milestone. Bella.
Excellent. This is fantastic. It is really refreshing to talk to a project that has such specific targets and thoughts in mind. I find a lot of times in Web3, the the clarity of thought doesn't exist. It is not because people are not thinking. It is because Web3 can sometimes be overwhelming, right? There's just so much going on. Sometimes it's very difficult to have clarity on what you really want to do and where you want to take your project. So I'm really pleasantly surprised to see such clarity of thought. Um, uh, I don't have any more questions, but I would like to open this session to our audience and see if anybody has any questions. This has been a very I would say revealing conversation in terms of the kind of things you all are doing, the kind of things we are doing, and I invite you for us to do a one-on-one as well, Josh, to explore opportunities for collaboration as two projects in the gaming world with very specific focus on moving away from play to earn to making something more realistic. And also, we've been running some podcast series, so we obviously want to extend an invitation to you, which will come to you formally a bit later. But meanwhile, anyone in the audience have any questions, please request to speak, and I'll be more than happy to grant you speaker access.
Yeah, while waiting, maybe to answer it, we'll be very happy from our end to working together with Tricon and to have explore more of the collaboration. Definitely, that would be great. And I think I remember we got one space together with you. I think Tricon. I
Mhm.
think with you, where
Mhm.
in that space I was saying that um, in Bala, in the Tricon, you guys are really deep, and it's like I'm listening to um, college professor. Is it something like that? If you remember.
Yes, yes, I remember that. I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
that now. Yes.
I think it's in the fusion narrative, right? In our space, yeah. So yeah, I really remember your voice. So yeah, glad to hear
Excellent.
again from you.
E- Excellent, and thank you for remembering that. That is quite the appreciation. Thank you. I didn't expect that.
If you guys later
Excellent.
hearing Bala, becoming a speaker, not the host, you can see like a lot of insight coming from him as we are like listening to back to the college, right? Learning something new again.
Hopefully, good memories of college.
Definitely, 100%, 100%, brother.
Excellent, excellent. I'm really surprised you remembered. Thank you. That is quite an appreciation. Thank you so much. So I haven't seen anyone raise any hands, but That could mean one of two things: they understood everything, or they understood nothing. I'm hoping it's the former. But given the kind of clarity you had, Josh, I'm assuming that it, at least to me, it was all very clear as to where you guys are going, and I want to wish you all the very best. And I hope everyone here could follow both of us. We are both on our official Twitter accounts, so please do follow us. Any message for any parting message for the listeners, Josh?
Yes. So right now I'm in one of the cafe where working together with my friends after meeting with a investor.
Hmm.
So in this cafe we have like the song of the Titanic, right? So my life will go on, right? So I think the good thing about the Titanic is we know that it's a very strong boat, ship. Yes, very strong ship.
Hmm. Hmm.
The Web3, if you guys are looking into the projects, it's good to play around with like the memes and everything. But if you're looking into like a real project that able to sustain, you need to make sure that you are in this strong ship. So I believe like Sekuya, we are trying to build a strong ship. Tricon, I believe, will be do the same also. So
Absolutely.
try to find your Titanic in the Web3. Yes.
Excellent. Excellent message, Josh. So everyone, please do follow us. There are, of course, all kinds of giveaways and airdrops, which are all part of the general Web3 world. So please do keep in touch. Follow us on Twitter, on Telegram, and once again, Josh, thank you very much for your time and for joining this AMA. And I hope we can get together on on a collaborative mode and explore opportunities to work together as well.
Sure, sure, Bala. Thank you for inviting, brother. See you on the next meeting.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, everyone. Have a
Thank
good one.
you.
Take
Thank
care.
you, everyone. Bye
Bye.
bye.